Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Tested one, two. Can you hear me? Can I be heard? Can you put a one in the chat if you can hear me? Yes. Oh, there I go. I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning once again. Monday morning, start of a work week for many people. The day after Mother's Day. Appreciate you, Young Riaz. So today, I just want to talk about, confidence and what exactly is confidence, right? So confidence is a noun that means the feeling of belief that one can rely on someone or something, a firm trust, or a state of feeling certain about the truth of something, and a feeling of self assurance arising from one's appreciation of one's own abilities or quality, right? Good morning, Ms. T. How are you? Good morning. Right. So let's just dive into this real quick, right? So confidence is something that in the beginning it says it's a feeling. So most people think that a feeling is an emotion, right? I feel good. You know, I feel angry. I feel happy. I feel sad. So if we are to believe that confidence is an emotion, that's something that we have to get under control or to, you know, hold it steady. But I also think that confidence comes, you know, in the mind, but all of it must work together, obviously, right? So when you say, how do I get confidence of the mind, right? In your mind, right? You start off, but knowing, because, some people believe that believing and belief is a good thing. I'm of the thing of knowing, right? Because once you know something, it's going to be pretty difficult to doubt what you know, right? If you know something, there's no mistakes, there's no, misconception in your eyes. It's something that you know, right? Like you call yourself Young Riaz, or you call yourself Miss T. I know I call myself Gary Busted Down Brown, right? So because I know these things, there's no mistakes, there's no thinking about it, there's no doubt, there's no room of doubt. That's why we like to do knowing of things. So when it comes to that, you have to understand that in order to gain confidence, you got to have the strength of knowing, the strength of understanding that there should not be any doubt in what you have to do, right? If you understand that part, you can go ahead and do that, right? So when you gain confidence in your mind, is you accept things, you learn how to trust. All of these things have to go with confidence, because if it doesn't work right, your confidence will be just a belief. It'll be something less than where you want it to be at, as far as uh confidence. Gary, for me, a long time ago, I was an introverted kid, and was that because, Riaz, you didn't have the confidence of thinking that people would understand you you know, going outside, or you just didn't have the confidence that you would be accepted, or those are the things that we're talking about today, as far as having the confidence of doing something. You gotta know what you have in you. You got to know what's inside of each and every one of us. It may sound like hey, good morning, Tay. It may sound like a repetitive conversation, but everything starts inside of us, and confidence is inside of us as well, right? So when you have the process of mind, when you have the mind of confidence, right, you can accept things, and you trust yourself, and having this, you have the control, because you know that you can do things. Like, how do we get that? Intrinsic would say, that's why she starts her shows with affirmations, the I ams, that the I am, and all of the words of affirmation, because you have to understand, you have to bring it out of yourself, but understand that it's inside of you. So if you say, I am an overcomer, you have to put that into practice. And when you put that into practice, you will gain your confidence. You will gain the strength of knowing that I can do this, because I am is the affirmation. It is the strength of am that allows you to uplift yourself. That's why the Bible says, I am who I am. That's why he made sure that Moses understood who he was, right? I am. There is no doubt about I am. I am is the top, is the creme de la creme of knowing who you are. I am, right? So when you have that confidence of being of an am, you understand that you can do certain things. I am, like when we say, I am a workaholic. What does that mean? That means you're going to work yourself to the bone. You're going to do it to where, all right, I might work 16 hours and come home and sleep for 2 and go back out there and find something else to do to keep myself going. Right. But you have the confidence of knowing that you are going to work. You have the confidence of coming up with a content that will be receptive to those that hear your voices. Right. Like, Tay has many, she has confidence that she does many things well. She cooks well. She knows her numbers well. She knows about a lot of things. She has that confidence, so she understands that she is. So she could say, "I am multi-talented. I am a person of wisdom and understanding." And when you have that in your mind, it leads to a lot of things going forward on a daily basis, and hopefully in future basis. That's why we have to understand knowing and belief, because if we doubt our confidence, we start to doubt ourselves. We cannot allow ourselves to doubt ourselves. We have to understand the confidence that we have built in ourselves. We have to keep working at it every day, because if we don't work at it, there's a chance that something or someone or some entity may come and try to strip you of your confidence, right? We walk every day, but if we feel a cramp or a Charlie horse, we start to doubt that we can walk any further, and we'll sit down and hope that this pain goes away real fast so we can get back up and walk. But that too is how we live our everyday life in confidence, right? Because we have to understand that there will be an attack on us, right? There will be something that'll come against us to strip us of our confidence, right? Like for me, life happens, right? So I understand that I am confident enough to come up here and have this conversation, but there's some, I also know I am confident that something behind me is going to try to pull itself up towards the front and keep me from doing what I need to do in life. Them damn things ain't no joke. You know what I mean, realist? Because that thing, it weighs heavy on some people, right? But if we don't have the confidence of going forward, that lingering effect of doubt can keep us still. It can hold us down. It could anchor us to where we don't have no forward progress in life. You know what I mean? Like, just imagine if I didn't, yesterday was Mother's Day, right? So just imagine if I was just so doom and gloom, you know, when my mom passed, that I wasn't going to be able to become something or someone. I would still be doing knucklehead things. I still would be doing foolish things, because only thing I knew was what was in front of me. I didn't have confidence that I can stand up and stand out in front of people. Even when I started this channel, I had doubts that I could be heard. My voice will be wishy washy. It won't be heard. You know what I mean? But as days went on, as lives went on, as I continuously push live, it all turns out better because you gain confidence. You gain the confidence by you continuing to go forward with what you have planned in your daily lives, right? So if somebody wanted to become, shout out to Perez, I just left his channel, right? If he had continuous doubt about his investing in stocks and in that avenue, he could not have the confidence to come up here and tell you to invest in ABC. Take a look at this, or take a, and Lisa J stocks as well. They would not have the confidence to be up here to tell you what they would suggest, how you should, how you should trade, or how you should, invest in certain things. You got to gain confidence. But in order for that to happen, you must have the confidence within yourself. You got to apply it to yourself before you can give it to somebody else, right? That's like giving somebody uncooked rice. You don't eat the rice, you cook the rice, you prepare it for yourself, and they say this is how you cook the rice, or this is how you cook meals. Tay's the chef here. And that's the things that we have to understand. You can't just go out there with no confidence and just throw and see where things land. That's not how this goes. Good morning, Lisa J. I just speaking about you. But at the end of the day, you got to understand, you got to know. You can believe, you want your belief to grow into a knowing, right? In order for those things to happen, that's how your confidence comes into play. Because once the belief goes into knowing, you now are confident that this is the way to go. If you have to go to school, you want to know what you want to study. If you don't know what you study, what happens? You'll flip flop from classes to classes. If you're in college, it's your majors. You're going from astrology to sociology, from sociology to psychology. You'll be all over the place because you don't have the confidence in knowing what it is that you want. And that does happen sometimes, that interest comes into play, or you might pick up something else that you like, but you still need to have the confidence of knowing that that is exactly what you want to do in order to go forward in your everyday life, right? It's just like if if you find spirituality, right? If you believe that Jesus Christ is the Lord and Savior of your life, you would know. Is no, I believe He did it. No, because your experience and what Christ had done for you, it allows you to have the confidence to stand up and say, "Nah, Jesus is real." This is why those people who first find Christ-like attributes or find religion, they are on fire because they understand, they know what it has done for them. It had picked them up out of the darkness into light. So they have the confidence to say, well, Jesus is real, or, Muhammad was A, B, and C. Muhammad went and found this and did that because that's how they know it. They experienced it for themselves. So a lot of confidence does come from experience. You understand? So we got to go through some things to be confident in knowing that it will work. Realist is back on doing lives. He wasn't as confident as he was before with going live, but now every day that he's going live, he got the confidence to have the conversation, bring people up, have a platform, have panelists, have things to where he understands that his channel or his lives or his content will be better because his confidence is growing each and every time that he's doing it. So those are the things that we have to understand, that confidence is a necessity. In order to be confident with a T, you must first have the confidence. We have to make it known, it has to be a thing within us to know that I am confident. I have the confidence to invest in that stock. I have the confidence to invest in that man. I have the confidence to invest in that woman. I have the confidence to go ahead and apply for that job. I have the confidence to just come up here and have a conversation with everyone. Prayers, good morning. You got to understand that confidence is the necessity, and it always starts within you, right? You know, if you plant the seed of gaining confidence, you got to understand that, well, I have to experience this thing first. I think it could work. It's like the little engine that could. I think I can. I think I can. How did he know he could do it? Because he rolled up that hill. He made it to the top of the hill, so he know I can do it. But the affirmation of thinking for the little engine as a child would make you go to the top. It gives you the confidence. But at the end of the day, for us being the adults that we are, we have to understand that the belief must come into knowing, and knowing is going to build our confidence. If you know that you can say, you know what, I believe that what I'm saying is a fact, I can go ahead and push live. If I have the confidence in knowing that someone is going to understand what I'm saying, I will push live and have the conversation. My 33 brother, good morning. I think I should say I said good morning to press. But at the end of the day, those things have to be built. It don't have to be instilled because it's already in you. You have to build it up. And in church, they will say, stir up your gift. It is a gift, but you got to understand how to use it going forward in life. Because if you don't know how to use it, it's just sitting in a box. What good is a TV sitting in a box if you can't watch it? What good is listening to music if you can't hear it? You understand what I'm saying? It's all packaged up. It's all pretty. It's all of these things. But until you have the experience of gaining the confidence in something, you won't know how to use it. You won't think it's valid. So those are the things that we have to work on, right? We start with the mind and the affirmation, right? Of course, in the body, if we think we can run a marathon, we start training, right? You train, you start walking, then you run a 40-yard dash, then you might run, a mile, then you might run a half a marathon, then you get to the full marathon. It takes time to gain confidence. It's not an overnight experience. It's not something it's a flash in the pan. It's not nothing like that. It takes time. You have to build yourself up to gain the confidence, right? That's why, the Bible says when I was a child, I thought as a child that, I do things as a child, but when I became an adult, I put away the childish things, meaning that I overcame those things. I outgrew those things. Confidence comes with growth as well. You got to understand that with growth, all things are added unto you. If you want to stay where you are, you're not going to gain anything because you're not making any progress. You're not moving in the right direction. You know what I mean? And now you sitting there worrying about A, B, and C, but you still want to be stuck. It's just like in the Bible when the people was given coins to do things, one person buried the coin and two people invested it. One got one extra coin out of it, one got three out of it. And the one that buried the coin got nothing, all because he wanted that coin for himself. That's not how you gain confidence. You gotta put your foot forward. You gotta try a thing to gain confidence. You know what I mean? Like I said, Shay, good morning. You got to try and see if God works for you. If he works for you, you'll catch that fire, and that confidence in God will allow you to say, yo, listen, God, this is what God has done for me, right? That's why you got people like Shay Love. You got people, that is so encouraging because you can't tell them that their confidence is not real. Their experience with God is real for them. That's why you can't make me doubt them. That's what the song says. You can't make me doubt them because their confidence in God is at a supreme high. Just like if you're trying to gain understanding of the stocks, I can't tell Lisa J, I can't tell Prez nothing about what they have gone through as far as investing in stocks because they are the experienced people. Their confidence within their trades and investing is through their experience. So now they have the confidence to come on here and say, you know what? Go ahead and invest in that because that might be a good thing for you. Now I'm gonna tell you how to start at the bottom and raise yourself up because their confidence and their experience has allowed them to do that. Word is a life coach. He has an understanding that I had to start at, talking to people in different aspects. But as he continued to gain the experience, his confidence grew even more. You know what I mean? So that's how you gain your confidence. You got to go through a thing. This thing called life. You got to be confident that your life is going well. You probably went through some things in order to get the confidence that you have in your life. And those are the things that we have to understand, that through the experiences of life, your confidence will grow the more and more, right? So you start off with the affirmations in your mind: I am, I can, or I will, I shall, however you speak about it. But once you put that into your mind, you must put it into display. You must put it to action. I will say something nice. Young Riaz, you are awesome. Word, you are my brother. I love you. Tay, you are an encourager. Shay, your energy has lifted me up. You can say things like that with the confidence of knowing that that is true for you. That is what's worked for you. You understand what I'm saying? Scorpio Mama, good morning. I ain't see you. I just saw you. At the end of the day, like I said, if you don't have that confidence of doing something, you won't do it. There's people that the reason why the ill person he started walking is because Jesus told him to stand up. You had the confidence within that individual to say, I believe, I know you, I know who you are. So he got up and walked. That's how much confidence that you can exude just to somebody else. But you must first know that it is within you first. It has to resonate, like Realist said. It has to resonate, meaning it has to be seen, whether it's physically, spiritually, emotionally. It has to resonate with somebody. You can say I love you to a person 1 million times. If that person don't have the confidence of knowing what love is, they won't receive it. If you have the confidence to say I know you can be great, and you tell that to somebody and they don't have that confidence within themselves, it won't work. They'll be still in the same place. And then you know what you'll be doing? You'll be overcompensating their confidence by just keep believing in them, and they don't believe in themselves. But we know they can do it, but they still in the belief stage rather. So that can't work. We have to allow that belief to come into knowing, and that knowing will gain them the confidence that they need to say, you know what? I believe that too. I know it now. I don't understand it. I overstand it. Those are the things that you need to do going forward in life. You got to know that confidence is knowing. You got to know that it's nothing to believe no more. You don't believe you can fly because you ain't got no wings. But what if you started flying? You would know you something special. You would think you're Superman because you already know I don't have, my body is not in it. It's not built to fly alone, meaning I'm not just going to soar up in the air and keep flying. That's why when people jump in the air, they say you're flying. That is a thing of flight, but you know that's a momentary thing. But when you have the confidence, you know that momentary thing can turn into something longevity and into longevity, right? You can keep speaking about something that you can go on and on and on. You may not even get tired of it because you have that much confidence that you know what you're talking about. You know what you're saying is factual. It may be an opinion to somebody else, but to me, it's a fact. That is what confidence do to people. And when you continue to be confident and know and what you're saying and what you're doing, you may convince somebody. That's how we become influencers, because our confidence in what we know is what allows us to keep going forward. And that one person may pick it up, and then when they tell somebody, it's like telephone. Somebody else may pick it up. Somebody else may pick it up, and they'll gain the confidence. And that's not an opinion. That's a fact. All because your confidence of what you're saying, the confidence in what you're doing is what allows you to keep going forward in your everyday life. And of course, there's going to be things that's going to try you. We know that the enemy of positive is negative. We understand that. We understand that The opposite of God is the enemy, the devil, however you want to call him. We already know that it's duality. That's what word would say. It's a duality. It's a balance of life. So we understand that something or someone will come for your confidence. It will. It has to, because it cannot thrive with just itself. It needs something to pull it, to come down with it against your confidence. Just like confidence needs something to pull away from that negative of belief. You got to understand that because something is playing tug of war with our everyday life, we got to be balanced, and if not, keep striving for the confidence to keep going forward in our everyday life. Because if we don't understand what's going on, if we don't know that we're going to be under attack, we'll just be just on cruise control and not see the car in front of us and not step on the brake, and we can crash at any given second. So we have to know that it's an everyday battle to gain confidence, just like it's an everyday battle just to get out of the bed. Because if you stay in the bed, you might get comfortable and not want to get out of the bed anymore, bro. Once you gain it, it becomes like a firewall. You won't be rattled easily. You will know, and that's what I'm saying. Because at the end of the day, because when I read the word confident, it said a belief, and that's why I'm trying to tell everybody: if you believe in something, there's a doubt that lingers around it, but once you know, you know. You can't shake that. You can't shake what you know. That's why I'm telling everybody their experience is a lot of confidence to grow where it's at. You know what I mean? It's just like, I'm not, I wouldn't want to, I can't shake Riaz off of Islam. I can't shake Shay off of her experience with God, because that's their experience with God, because they know it. It's not a thought. It's not none of that. It's what they experience. You got to experience something to gain the confidence of knowing what's going on around you. It's just like when you drive a car. If you step on the gas, you might be thinking you're going forward, but you forgot that you got the car in reverse, right? But once you know that it's in drive, you know you're gonna go forward. So now I have the confidence of knowing that I can go forward by putting it in D and not in P or R or N. For those, everybody, but for practical reasons, P is parking, R is reverse, and N is neutral. But you know you're gonna go forward. Now you gotta gain the confidence. I gotta make sure I can stop on time. I might be scared, so I gotta make sure my foot is not jittering and I keep stepping on the brake every time I go forward. That's the herky jerky movement. That's where we at in between believing and battle. I mean, and confidence. We at the herky jerky stage. Maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't work. Maybe it is. Maybe that. But once you know, you can put yourself on cruise control, because now you have a knowing of the confidence that you have just gained. So now you go forward with it. Now you can say, you know what? I could take my foot off the gas and I could let cruise control drive the car. The car being your everyday life. So now we could go out there and speak about what has happened in our lives, and it'll be powerful because the confidence gives you the power to do the things that you do. You know what I mean? I know that the Holy Spirit that dwells in a lot of people, but it's a power that gives you the strength to talk about what God has done in your life. How you can testify that God has brought you through something. He brought you out of the darkness into the light. You had that confidence because that experience happened. You know what I mean? But because we got too many people that's so heavily bound and they're awfully good, some people think that their arrogance is confidence, and it's not. You're just arrogant. You just think you know that everything that you're doing is right. But confidence comes with an everyday process. You continue to build on it. Arrogance, you're not going to work on nothing when you're arrogant, because you know what you know. That's like growing and growth. When you're grown, you already know what you know. You feel like you don't need to learn anything. You stunt your growth. But when you know that you can continuously grow, you're looking to grow. You're looking to find something else to help you build yourself up. You're looking for something to add into your resume of life. You know what I mean? It's just like, Prez was just saying, like, if I would have known, I mean, if I was an investing person in this stock, I would have invested in it. but that's not what that's not what I'm looking into. He may not have the confidence in that stock to go where it was going. It just shocked him. You understand what I'm saying? You got to have that confidence of knowing what you know. If you don't know, you're just believing. I believe what you said. I believe that you love me. I believe that you want to be with me. I believe that you would take care of me. Until you know, you're still in the stage of belief. And if you still in the stage of belief, you don't have the confidence of anything until it is built up within you. The weird thing is this: your confidence will make others feel uncomfortable, but the confidence in self will always shake that off. And here's the thing, word, right? Because you said that, right? That's, if you give a testimony, right? Let's just say you gave a testimony. You gave your testimony, right? And somebody was going through the same thing as you. Your confidence of overcoming can overturn their belief into a next stage of stepping up into confidence. Because now I'm gonna apply that to my life. I didn't know how to tie my shoe. Now I tried the bunny. I did the bunny ears. I got it across. I did the loop. I tied my shoe. Now I know how to tie my shoe. You have the confidence now in tying your shoe, all because your testimony of your confidence has given somebody the energy or the spark that they needed to turn their belief into knowing, and now they're knowing to confidence. Now they understand how to tie their shoe. Some people actually believe it's the same thing as confidence. And that's the thing, because they for me, I don't agree with that, because confidence is so, like I said, it's an everyday thing. You got to build on your confidence every day. So when you want to learn something, you're going to learn it, right? I'm not good at stocks, right? But I believe, well, I know that what Prez and Lisa J is doing is the way to go, because I tried it, and I've gained more than I lost in investing. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to share their content. Why am I sharing their content? Is because I know what they're doing or what they're saying. It works. How do I know it works? Because it works for me. So now I have the confidence to say, yo, I can sell this right now because I know that it's going to go this way. Or I can invest in it because I believe it's going to go higher. Your experience with a situation is going to allow you to go that way. When you're arrogant, you think you the shit. You already know it. That's why they would tell you Kobe was arrogant when playing ball. Kobe had talking to a dude. He's not trying to help a dude gain confidence. Nigga, you either got it or you don't. I don't have time to give it to you. I'm like that. Kobe went, like, there's people in the NBA right now. They like, for example, ladies, forgive me if y'all here, right? They said that Kevin Durant won't talk to his coach, because why would you not talk to your coach? That's it. Your job is to listen to your coach. But if you arrogant, you don't need that coach. If you arrogant, you don't need that teacher. I know more than the teacher. And the 48 laws of power, they're gonna try to tell you the student gonna I'm already there. I outsmarted my master. I outsmarted my teacher. Good morning. So at the end of the day, you got to understand that confidence comes with growth. Arrogance is stunting a growth. Those are two opposite things. That's like, it's not like love and hate. It's like and love in a way, right? Because your arrogance, it supersedes everything. It's like, you can't tell me nothing. You can't tell me nothing. And I ain't going to learn. The difference with confidence is you can tell me something and I can understand. I'll gain from it. You tell an arrogant person something, they ain't going to gain from it. They're grown already. They're grown, and there's growth. If you believe you're still growing, you're going to gain something from something. When you're grown, you're not going to gain nothing. That's why people tell you that, when you were smaller, they tell you to drink milk. Now that you don't drink milk, what they going to tell you? Oh, you stunted your own growth. You see what I'm saying? And that, even though that was a fictitious thing, but we had the understanding of thinking that was true in the early stages of our lives. Well, milk help us grow. We got to get that milk. Yeah, drink milk, baby. Go ahead, drink your milk. Go ahead. You know what I mean? But when we say, yo, eat them carrots, it help your eyes. We ain't eating that. And then when the doctor tells you, well, eating carrots do help your vision a little bit, and you be like, wow, I gotta take his word. He's the professional. He's confident in what he studied. You see what I mean? So all of those things must coexist. So in order for you to continue your confidence, to gain your confidence, you got to continue to go through something. If you don't go through nothing, you ain't gonna never gain. You never gonna get the confidence that you need. If you don't, for example, right, in a relationship, right, friendship or otherwise, you got to get to know somebody in order for your relationship to progress, right? And in order for it to progress, you got to say, you know what? I went from just knowing this person to liking this person, from liking this person to loving a person. Now, from loving this person to trusting this person, from trusting this person to having faith in that person. That's a confident, all of that is confident builders. All of it. You got to go through all of that. I'll eat carrots before I'll drink milk. And that's understandable. But the point is, if you didn't understand that those things will help you to build yourself up, you won't do none of it. And that's the thing that I'm saying that confidence do. Confidence will allow you to continuously build yourself up, because I'm pretty sure that sooner or later, President Lisa J is going to invest in a stock that for other people will not be reasonable or will not make sense. But because of your confidence and what you have learned as you go along every day watching the stock market, it's going to be something that you will catch and Lisa will catch that nobody else will catch. All because you have the confidence of what you're learning. All because of the confidence that you gain from observing the stocks each and every day. And that's just true. And that's why I love my 33 brother, because at the end of the day, because his thing is this: if you get better, we get better. Meaning, I can give you some information. If you apply it to your life, if it resonates with you and you gain from it, we got better, because now you understand what I'm trying to say in the beginning, and it works for you. So now we gain, not just you, but we all gaining. Meaning that the confidence that you gain from a conversation is a plus. And that's the thing that we have to understand going forward in everyday life. If I can help somebody progress, right? If I can help somebody say, well, I can gain the confidence to go ahead and push live and talk, right? Meek been pushing me to write a book for so long, it's ridiculous, right? But I have to have the confidence of sitting down and making it happen. It doesn't matter if you have the confidence in me. If I'm still in the stage of belief, it won't get done. You understand? And sometimes it do take a long period of time. This was Prez testimony. Prez said, yo, it took me 2 years because I don't like rules. And the rules that they was giving me, I wasn't trying to follow. But once he got an understanding of what they was trying to say, he had the confidence of knowing that was right one. And now I'm in control of the rules that I didn't like in the first place. He has the confidence to oversee the rules that he didn't like in the first place. And he finally got it. Word says, bro, that's why I try to give things in a way people can do it for themselves or observe it versus telling them something. And that's why sometimes, Word, I know you hate this part. That's why sometimes you have to meet them where they at. Not exactly where they at. You got to meet them where they at in their understanding of things, right? Because if somebody believes that 1 times 1 is 2, instead of 1 plus 1 is 2, you're going to have to make them go. You have to go down to their level and make them understand why 1 times 1 is just 1, and how you add something to that. You understand what I'm saying? When you add something, it's a plus. Sometimes in that case, when you multiply it, nothing happens. You see what I mean? It's just itself. So we have to understand why we got to go down to somebody's level. It's just like, that's why I love to learn, because I take the appreciation of somebody coming down to understanding that I may not know what they're talking about at their highest level, right? And if you don't understand where they at their highest level and they have that compassion to come down and take a liking to you, they're gonna meet you where you are. And for word, and you know what's crazy, word, because you have that 33 power, that 33 understanding, that 33 lifeline, that 33 lifestyle. Sometimes we gonna have to take that downward step just to help somebody pick themselves up. We're just not just gonna be the rope. We're gonna have to go down there and be and hook ourselves around them so they can get up. Sometimes our strength will help somebody get to the confidence that they need to be. You know, Tay says you can know all the knowledge, but if you don't apply it, it means nothing. What is the point of having it then, right, Tay? If you have all the confidence in the world that you can cook, but you don't cook, what's the point of having it? Oh no, baby, y'all go ahead and make cereal. You know what I'm saying? Like, how does that work? First of all, you holding that person back. If we're supposed to be giving, we got to have the confidence to give. We also got to have the understanding that we're not going to be received by any and everybody. So once we understand that, we that like word said, that won't be a blow to our confidence. It just allows us to understand that that person is not going to receive it, and we'll keep it moving. But the confidence that we all are gaining or has gained, it needs to be shared. If you want to call it a testimony, then so be it. Realist, we know you love your cereal. I'm saying, all right, realist, this is how it goes. You know how to cook, right? If you know how to cook, will you? Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, thank you. Because I was about to say, you might know how to cook, but listen, I'm confident that cereal is going to satisfy me right now, and that's what I need, a right now satisfaction. You see what I'm saying? It all works in the same fashion. But you got to understand that it all comes from within you first and foremost. And that's how it goes when you're trying to gain confidence in your soul, you're trying to gain confidence in your spirit, you're trying to gain confidence in your mind, and you're trying to gain confidence in your body. It all works in the same way. You must work while it's day, because if you work when there's no in the nighttime, no man is going to work, meaning that it's not going to work at the twilight of time. You understand what I'm saying? Meek, I can't stand you either, Meek. But that's just how it goes, right? You got to do everything while you can. You got to build yourself up while you can. That's why, even those bodybuilders that's still going in their 60s and 50s and possibly in their 70s, they understand that they had to start the process at their 20s to continuously work at it in order for them to do it in their later stages of life. That's why I believe the only way you cannot grow is when you're grown. That's why you can't teach an old dog new tricks, because he's grown. He's not confident that he's willing to go through the process yet again. And that's a lot of us in life. We don't want to go through those processes again. I've been hurt, so I don't want to have the confidence that love can conquer all. I've been hurt. I don't want that understanding that, the process of liking somebody can bring joy to my life. You don't have the confidence in what you have been hurt by. And that's a lot of people. But if we have the confidence of overcoming those things, we can go ahead and try to take those steps back to where we want to go again. But because we carry our baggage with us all the time, the confidence has been shattered. Now we're back at the stage of belief, all because of a situation or instance. And a lot of the times, it may not be your fault, but we're giving that thing too much of a power, right? Like they say the devil can't do nothing unless you give him the authority to do so. That guess what that means? That makes you a godlike entity, because you are the son of God. So the only way the devil can actually take control of you is if you let him in. The only way that negative energy can take control of your confidence, if you give it the source, the power. The only way my TV can't cut on, if I don't have the plug in. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand and have the confidence of knowing exactly what you're doing, when you're doing it, and how you're doing it. If you don't, you're still in the stage of believing. And if you're in the stage of believing, you can be knocked down even faster than when you're confident about something, because it's going to take that entity more to chisel down your confidence to where when you believe in something, he's right there. Oh, you're just a beginner. I can make your milk spoil. You don't like milk anymore. Now we're into the meat of things in life. So our confidence has to be everywhere that it has to be. If it's going to go to higher heights, you got to have the confidence to keep working on it so you can go higher heights. If you keep looking to the hills from which your help may come, you will get to the top of the hill eventually. Ricky Blanco, good morning. How are you? Right? And those are the things that we have to understand. You build your confidence. If you don't build your confidence, you will continuously be in a stage of belief. And if you're in a stage of belief, you will continue to have doubts lurking and lurking and lurking behind you. It's not to say that doubt won't lurk you in your stage of confidence. It's just gonna take it longer to get up there. You understand what I'm saying? It's just, like I said, it's just like hiking. Until you get to the top, it's gonna take you time to get to the top. But when you reach the peak of the highest heights, you can look down and say, damn, it took me a long time to get here. That's how the doubt is going to look at you. That's how the negative entities that's trying to strip you from your confidence is going to look at things. Damn, he way up there. And that a lot of the time for the negative entity, it may discourage them to be gone. It'll flee because they know they ain't trying to go up to the highest of heights. It's just like an eagle, right? They say a crow is the only thing that can attack an eagle while it's flying, right? But the eagle will go to the highest of heights for that crow to fall off because he know he don't belong up there. He suffocated himself. He lost the battle, and the eagle already knows he won. All I got to do is take it up a notch. That's what confidence do for you. When you take it up a notch, you feel like nobody underneath you can really hold you. It's a reason why if y'all watching the NBA playoffs, Anthony Edwards feel like he dropping 40 points every night. Even though he may have lost the game, they ain't stopping me. But I know I'm ready for them the next day. I'm going to bust their chops. I'm going to take over. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what we need to have in our everyday life with confidence. We have to know that we are eager to learn. And when we're eager to learn, we can build the confidence as strong as possible. Not to where it's impenetrable, because nothing in life is impenetrable. But we all know that when it's strong enough, by the time you start hitting the weakest link, your defense mechanism will be right behind that weak link to gain it, to make sure it's strong once again. So there won't be no more weakest of links. That's how we got to do everyday life with our confidence. That's what we need to do each and every day. It's an everyday process, just like life. The same way you got to get up to go to work is the same way you got to get up and build your confidence. The same way you got to build your confidence in love is the same way that the enemy is trying to build his confidence for hate. You got to make sure that your confidence of love can defeat the confidence of hate. This is why we have to continue the battle. If we was, if we were just to sit there and rest on our laurels, we would be losing every time because our laurels ain't high for a lot of us. Meek says, funny you talk about this. I found my confidence challenged when I left the salon the other day, but I recognize it because I'm building in new territory. And that's how it goes, Meek, because you're going from a belief to re-knowing something in a new territory to where I got to build my confidence in said territory. That's just the process. That's not me. That's your testimony. That's how it is. It's just like if we go through a loss, right? We all lost somebody, right? So I had to go through a regiment of building myself up to be confident that I can live without my mother being here. It's going to take time, and in that situation, it's going to take more time than any others because that's an entity that was your foundation. That might have been the rock of the rocks. You know you ain't going to find that rock. You just trying to find something, just if not as strong enough to continue to build on that situation. My situation with that is that I built on an understanding that she taught me enough to keep going forward. Even if I started in my teenage years and it didn't make sense, I had to keep working on it, keep working on it, keep working on it. It's a reason why Jesus was not found for 20 years. He had to build on himself. This is the thing that people don't understand. He had to gain the confidence to say, I am the bread of life. He ain't just come out the sky and say it. He ain't come out the womb and say it. It took him time. He had to gain the confidence to know who he is. And that too is what we must do in ourselves. We must understand that it's going to take us time and not be afraid that time is not on our side. Because when you have the confidence of you knowing that you're doing your best, you will have the confidence to know that God will do the rest in your life. And if you have the confidence of knowing that I could continuously be better, you shall become better. All of that works together, right? The affirmation of the mind, I shall, I will. All of that works together in building your confidence. And that's why we have to continuously use it every day of our lives. That's why people pray. They pray for strength. And when they pray for strength, they're going to turn around and find the strength that's already in them. It's going to magnify because you know you need it. And that gives you the confidence of knowing that I can get through this day. My pinky toe is hurting, but you understand that you know that you're going to get through this day. And it's just with that pain alone. If you doubt that, you ain't going to work tomorrow. You see what I'm saying? You got to understand what confidence is and how it applies to you and what it will mean to you in your everyday life. If you don't really know that, then you're going to be in a continuous battle. And in the Bible, they would call that being in the wilderness for 40 years, going in a circle. But when you know something, you can go forward and find your land of milk and honey. You see what I'm saying? That's what we need to do with ourselves. We're going to find our land of milk and honey, but we got to have the confidence in knowing we know where the hell we're going in the first place. You're going to need that. You're going to need that map, but the map is going to be in your mind. And the confidence of you understanding your own map. If you write the vision and make it plain, you know that you're mapping out something for your goal to be completed. You got to have the confidence of knowing that you're going to do it. So those are the things that we have to take and going forward in our everyday life. And you got to understand with confidence, it has to supersede belief, because as long as you believe, the doubt is going to be right there with you. The doubt is going to be tickling your fingers. When you know, it'll only tickle your toes. That's the difference between your confidence and the belief. One is at your hand stage level and one is underneath your foot. You can make that your footstool. And that's what that's what they talk about in the Bible. That's what God wants you to understand. You got to have the confidence of knowing and not just the confidence of believing, because belief can only get you so far. Knowing will get you further. And when you understand that, your confidence will be brimming and it'll overflow and it'll allow you to be as confident that it's going to resonate with somebody else. So, those are that's what I had, that's what I had as far as confidence. I hope that it made sense and it resonated with some people, as realists would say, but shout out to all of y'all that, came through. Shout out for y'all, taking the time on this Monday morning to allow me to have a conversation, allow me to bounce this off the wall. And if it applies, as my brother Word would say, it ain't just me getting better. You get better, we get better. And now, as he says that, I totally understand what his agenda. I already knew what it was, but when you see it at work, you have confidence that his objective, your objective, will be accomplished. So with that being said, everybody, y'all have a good one. Let's make this Monday a great Monday. And I'll hit y'all up later. I'm gone.